Good day, everybody. We are back again. It's myself and Shakes Manqoba Ngwenya, the former Mamelodi Sundowns utility midfielder. And then he's with us, giving us some analysis. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from the Big R. Shakes, how are you doing?
Good day, and to the viewers out there.
Yeah, you know, when we started, I started by saying we are being entertained. There's a whole lot of things going on in our football, especially with Afcon and good shot. PSL came up with the Compact Cup that also have added an element of football. There's a whole lot of football. But let's look at Afcon Shakes. I'm sure you've seen what's happening now. What's your take? What's your take? What's your take as far as this Afcon is concerned?
Yeah, Saubrey, Afcon, it's had a lot of surprises, you know. I mean, you wouldn't have thought the teams like Comoros could make it this far. So there's been a lot of surprises. You can see that anybody can beat anybody. The likes of Algeria out, you know, defending champions. Nigeria is out, you know, and we saw Nigeria. They were one of the favorites after the few games they played because they played good football, but they came short in the last game, and you lose, you snooze. You know, Tunisia won that game, and they are through. So yeah, I mean, a lot of surprise packages, but no surprises when it comes to Cameroon. We see Abu Bakr is banging in the goals there. 6 goals now, and he's been a beast for Cameroon. So Cameroon have gone about their business well with their supporters at home. No surprises there, especially with playing against a Comoros team that had a lot of COVID cases, and they had to field infield player as a goalkeeper. So it was always going to be difficult for Comoros, and it didn't make it better, the fact that they got a red card in the first 6 minutes of the game. So yeah, it was always going to be an uphill battle for Comoros, but they must be given credit. They really fought like lions, you know, against the lions in Cameroon. So yeah, and we're also seeing debutants who Gambia who have made it through to the quarterfinals, you know, beating Guinea. So yeah, that's the surprise package. Gambia doing well. Nobody was looking at them. They are debutants in this competition, and they've made it through. So yeah, it's been an interesting Afcon.
You know what? We shouldn't forget about Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe have done well. The Zimbabwe used to be a powerhouse in SADC, but I think now they've revived. They're doing well. Of course, they could not proceed to the next round, but when I looked the way they played, I was impressed. I don't know, you Shakes. I was impressed the way Zimbabwe played.
They impressed me. Zimbabwe impressed me in their first game. Excuse me.
Sorry, Shakes.
They impressed me in their first game against Senegal, in a game which they shouldn't have lost. And then Senegal got a penalty in the last minute of the game and stole that game from Zimbabwe. That was one of their best games, you know. They should have got something from that game. And then they went down the following game to Capadinho's Malawi. And Capadinho putting one past them there. That was a game that they should have won, that should have got them through. But yeah, it's also good to see players like Kapadinho Mahango for Malawi really influencing the game for his country. And there's a player who's playing in our league, playing for Pirates. So it's good to see players that are playing in our local league doing well in the Afcon. And he has really stood out as one of the players in the PSL who is doing well there.
Also, Zambia, Malawi. Malawi has surprised all of us, you know. Remember Malawi all the time, everybody thought that they're minnows, but they did well. They did well. Shakes?
Yeah, definitely Malawi has surprised, you know. You look at that group, it's got Zimbabwe, it's got Senegal, and you thought Malawi are the minnows, but they've gone out there to show that they can take on anybody in the Afcon, and they've done well. They've done very well so far.
Well, Ghana, unfortunately, they could not proceed. They're the powerhouse. And you know what? I was not happy to see the tension between South Africans and the Ghanaians. For me, I believe it's football. It's football. South Africans were happy that the Ghanaians were booted out. And the Ghanaians were angry. They were blaming South Africa. I don't know why were they blaming South Africa, because South Africa was not there. Or it's a question of Muti now. Maybe they think that we have bewitched them. I don't know. But I didn't like the atmosphere that I was seeing between the two countries in terms of their people exchanging hatred. We are still brothers. The Ghanaians, I think, look, it was the game of football. Of course, we didn't like the way we lost when we played them. But you cannot blame it on the team, even if maybe there was some shenanigans. I'm not saying there was, because nothing has proven that there was shenanigans. Even if there was shenanigans, but let's take it in the spirit of football, all right? And say, well, it was the game of football, let bygones be bygones. I hope the good atmosphere will prevail going forward. And Shakes, while I'm still there on Afcon, just talk to your friend, Roger Fetumba, when we go to the semi-final. Shall we have him as one of our guests? And then let's analyze maybe before the game, let's analyze after the game, if it's possible. But I'll talk to you after this, but engage him. Let's find out whether he can be able to be with us. Now, let's come to home. Okay, before I go there, who do you now think is gonna win this Afcon?
Oh, Pastor, like I said, it's been an unpredictable one, you know, with Algeria being knocked out already, the defending champions, you know. But now I think definitely the favorites now is the hosting nation, Cameroon, you know. They are the one team that's been convincing throughout all their games. Abu Bakr is the top goal scorer there, is a machine, is doing well. So yeah, as much as all that has happened and Cameroon look good, it's a cup competition and anything can happen. So it's 90 minutes and yeah, every team stands a chance. If you look at yesterday's game, Comoros was not given a chance. The odds were heavily stacked against them, but the scoreline was just 2-1. Anything could have happened. In fact, the keeper of Cameroon did very well to stop Comoros from scoring a second goal, another goal, you know. But that free kick that they scored, what a quality goal that was. So yeah, I give it to Cameroon.
Onana is one of the best goalkeepers. It's just unfortunately he's playing for Ajax, a former Barcelona, development player. And then I know at some point he wanted to go back to Barcelona, but he has shown that he's a quality keeper. And I know he wants to leave now. He wants to leave Ajax because sometimes playing for those teams, your profile doesn't grow. You end up being there, and even if you're a good player, but playing for teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, your profile goes up because of the following that these teams they command. in the whole world, you know. It's just like in your case, Shakes, I can imagine had you played for Chiefs or Pirates, your profile could have gone rocketed sky rocket, because you're a good player. You're a really brilliant player. But nevertheless, you're a Sundowns fan. So you always wanted to play Sundowns. So I'm just looking. Abu Bakar, I'm sure he's going to leave wherever he is. He's going to join one of the big leagues very soon. Shakes, news are, if we realize that Mbule, Mike Makap apparently will be jetting to Gauteng and try to talk to Super Sport, because the boy is in high demand. Pirates, Chiefs one team, Mamelodi Sundowns one team. Although it is said Mamelodi Sundowns are the team that are closer to sign him than any other. And then we noticed that Kaizer Chiefs, they want to offload Kambole because he has never produced anything. And then the good news about Kaizer Chiefs, we hear that Nokovic and Lebogang Manyama are back again, they're training again. And they've gone to the camp, Kaizer Chiefs, and they've also brought in Dumisani Zuma to join them. They're trying to, to beef up Kaizer Chiefs. And remember, Sitebe has signed a pre-contract according to the rumors. And then apparently, Mr. Zungu, he's not happy, Sandile Zungu. And then he said he'll be benched for the remainder of the game. But his uncle, who serves as an agent, Sihlangu Sitebe, said, no, they're not worried. He has spent those 6 months before when he was injured. He can just wait. And then at the same time, we have seen that Bonge Gutle Songwane, who have joined Major League club, Minnesota United in America. He was on the wanted list of Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, Amazulu, and then they all lost because the boy said he always wanted to go to America. So I don't know what does that mean. What's your take about that, Shakes? But we'll talk about that. Sifama and Thabo Mokoena, they were recalled by Kaizer Chiefs from Pretoria Kelly's. And Maritzburg United have announced the signing of a number of players, Tawanda Macheke, Gino Palace, Lucky Baloyi. Still remember Lucky Baloyi, who was at Kaizer Chiefs, and then he became the captain for Bloemfontein Celtics during his final years. During the Celtics final years, Steven Pereira and Friday Samu. They've all signed these players, capital space. Maritzburg United. Everybody is beefing up. And then we also hear that Cape Town City's Abubakar Mubara apparently might be on his way to Amazulu, although there is a rumor that he may link up with his former team, which is Orlando Pirates. And then at the same time, we hear that Victor Litswalo is on the wanted list of Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates. And then, while I'm still there, Shakes, what do you think about Victor Litswalo? It's not only Victor Litswalo who wants to leave at Royal AM. I think few players at Royal AM who think of leaving. I think it's about Victor Litswalo and who else, I'll tell you now. And then remember that Chiefs and Pirates, okay. I think there's one or two other players who wants to leave Royal AM. What's your take about Victor Litswalo? Do you think is the right time for him to leave Royal AM?
Yeah, Victor Litswalo has proven this season to be a consistent goal scorer for Royal AM. Age is not on his side. Rasobs, it's important for a player to go and make his mark when he's on form, So I believe it's the right time for him to go to a team like Chiefs, and Chiefs need a goal scorer like him. Chiefs need to offload players like Kambole. The guy has got so much game time, but he hasn't scored any goals. It surprises me as a striker. On the field when you get the chances, but you don't score. So I think Victor Letswalo is the type of player who can go in the Chiefs and add value and score those goals. I believe in him as a striker. He's a very solid guy, very strong and confident on the ball.
Yeah, and we also noticed that Orlando Pirates have recalled their former youngster by the name of, what is his name again? I'll tell you now. Mbangwa. They recalled him from Pele Pele, you know. Apparently was given a contract, a senior contract for the senior team on Friday. And then we also hear that Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates are targeting Etienne Brooks from TS Galaxy. So we'll see what's going to happen. We'll watch the space. And then probably your former colleague, Hlompo Kekana, he says the decision, according to the media, he says the decision to leave at Sundowns, he was aware that the environment had changed for him. He was not happy anymore because of the environment, and he was not playing much. So, and then he felt that it is the time for him to move on. And we know that Baroka are chasing his signature together with Amazulu. If we were somebody who's advising him, what would you suggest? Which team should he join?
Yeah, I mean, Kekana has achieved a lot in his career. You know, he's about one of the highest achievers in the PSL. He's won almost just about everything, and he's captained Super Sports, Sundowns. You know, his accolades can be sort of compared to Benny McCarthy. You know, I think Benny McCarthy with Benny McCarthy can revive him there. Amazulu is a team that's very ambitious at the moment. They finished second on the log behind Sundowns. And you can see Sandile Zungu has come in with a great ambition to the team. Amazulu on other heights that they've never been before. So yeah, when a player like Kekane comes in that team, he can actually change that dress room and make them believe, because he's one player who's won everything. You know, that those players there, they haven't won. But yeah, Benny is the coach who's won everything as a player. He needs a player like Kekane, a captain like Kekane to go in there in the change room and change that change room.
You know, it's really you know, as a player, sometimes you know when you want to move, and then maybe you need to move and start building your brand, continue. So we wish him good luck. We'll hear where he's gonna land. And then if you ask me, I would also say go to Amazulu.
I mean,
yeah, Shakes.
Saubrey, moving to Amazulu, a whole different atmosphere, you know, for him. I think it's something that he needs. Moving to Durban, he will enjoy the weather in Durban, and I think he will enjoy his football again, and under Benny McCarthy as well. So yeah, I think that one will be a perfect fit for him.
Shakes, let's go overseas. It's happening out there. Overseas, there's quite a lot happening. I hear that Anthony Martial has agreed a pay cut to be loaned to Sevilla. And then Newcastle are interested in Dele Alli. And then we hear that Antonio Rudiger and Andries Christiansen and Cesar Azpilicueta from Chelsea, they, you know, their contract are coming to an end very soon. And then I hear Arsene Wenger was saying it's going to be more difficult for PSG to convince Mbappe to stay. It's going to be very difficult. And then Arsene Wenger says, according to his own experience, the longer you prolong to sign a player, the more it becomes difficult towards the end of the contract. We hear the news that there is a possibility of him being signed with a very huge contract. He's going to be the biggest earner, even ahead of Lionel Messi, because that's how they want to keep him at PSG. So, and then again, what they did, PSG, they decided to say, no, we'll give you only 2-year contract. We're not going to give you more than that. It's a flexible contract. What do you think of that, Shakes? They're not like saying, no, we want you for 5 years, 10 years, you know, and then the player feels like, you know, if you were advising Mbappe, what would you say?
I would say he must leave Saubrey. I think it's time for him to go to a team like Real Madrid, you know. You know, PSG, we don't even see it on TV, you know. And I just think he must go to one of the best leagues in the world, you know, and one of the best teams in the world. I'm not a Real Madrid supporter, but yeah, for him, it's time for him to go with, you know, you can't do things so that you can please other people. It's your career. It's time for him now to go and show us what he's got. And for him to make the right numbers and to break records like the likes of Messi and Ronaldo, he needs to go now to Real Madrid and go into the business, you know. That's what I believe.
I would have a different view, Shakes. I would say Mbappe is still very young, one, all right? And the manner PSG is treating the situation, for me, I think it's very diplomatic. To say we give you 2 years, all right? After 2 years, he'll still be very young, okay? That's another point. Secondly, he wants to win Champions League. That's one cup that is missing in his curriculum vitae, all right? With PSG, the chances are there he will win the Champions League. If you look at Messi, if you look at Neymar, all those players are hungry. If you look at Ramos, you saw Ramos when they played on Wednesday. It was Ramos that I know. You look at Verratti, a PSG, for me, if they don't win the Champions League this year, next year they'll win it. I don't know whether Pochettino was a good choice of a coach for them. I know that they're talking to Zinedine Zidane. That's one of the strategies that they want to employ to ensure that Zinedine Zidane comes in, because they know he's close to Zinedine Zidane. And moreover, that was the reason why they brought Messi. For me, I would say, no, hang in, PSG. And they are going to give him a lot of money, all right? And it's just going to be 2 years. After 2 years, he's free. And after 2 years, the chances are Messi might have gone back to Barcelona. So I would say hang in, because Madrid, as we speak, it's not going to be a foregone conclusion that they'll win the Champions League. That's me. That's my opinion. I may be wrong. I would say to him, stay there. Then after 2 years, go. All right. You would have made a lot of money. When you go to Madrid, you will even give more. All right. And you would have won the Champions League, because that's the title that is missing, you know. But I agree with Arsene Wenger, the longer they prolong to conclude that deal, is going to be more and more difficult, and it will destabilize the player. If I was somebody who's advising, I would say commit now and sign with PSG. 2 years is not too much. And then, I mean, 2 years, you know how years, they move so fast, all right? So that's it. Yeah. That's how I see it myself. Shakes, let's look what's happening in Europe. I just want to share with you, and then I don't know whether you can see this one.
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes.
I'm sharing the top goal scorer in Europe.
Yes.
You know, you've got Mo Salah at 16 goals, and Diego Jota at 10 goals, Liverpool, and Jota is on form. And you know what is surprising? Salah is not even there, but he's on top. Jamie Vardy, 9 goals, Cristiano Ronaldo at number 4 with 8 goals, and Emmanuel Banaven at number 4, 2. We have about 4 people there from Watford, and Emil Smith Rowe. You know this guy? Have you seen this boy? Smith Rowe.
Yes.
He's a brilliant player. You know, I'm very much impressed by Smith Rowe at his age. You know, he's there. He's among the best. You know, and then so I'm also impressed by Mo Salah. And then I mean, he joined the Afcon. He's still leading. And then when he comes back, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. Son Heung is also there with 8 goals. What's your take? Do you think Salah will take the top goal scorer this year?
Yeah, it looks like definitely Salah is right up there. He's not even here at the moment. He's missing about maybe 3 to 4 games at the moment, but he's still by far on top, you know. But the surprising thing, you look at those top goal scorers and the number 1 team, Man City, they don't even have one top goal scorer. So it shows you how they play. They don't play with the striker who scores, but they're banging in the goals. I mean, you look there, they have the most goals scored, but it's not one single person. Their goals are coming from different players, you know. But Smith Rowe, I'm very happy with him. I'm a Ghana as well, so he's one player who's impressed me, who's revitalized Arsenal.
And Shakes, I want us to look at position 4. It's hotting up. It's hotting up. We have Man United there with 38 points after 22 games. You have West Ham United. Well, they played when was it on Sunday? They played, and then Man United won 1-0, and then 23 games, 37 points. Arsenal, don't write Arsenal off. They have 36 points, and then with 21 games. And then they still have games in hand. So even Tottenham Hotspur, they are not far. You look at them, 20 games with 36 points. So what's your take? What's your take about this top 4? It's gonna hot up.
Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna hot up. Man United, they must know that they are on our level. They are there with Arsenal. Arsenal is there. In fact, if Arsenal win their next game, they will have the same number of games and 39 points to Arsenal. So the Arsenal will take that number 4 spot. So yeah, it's going to be a big race. The one of 4th position, Saubrey, and we see also Chelsea. I mean, 9 points difference. But anything can still happen. Anything can still happen.
Yeah, I'm sure they're up there. City hasn't run away with the league. Anybody can still win it. The difference is not so huge. So they just have to be consistent going forward. So yeah.
It's over there. It's over.
Do you think so? Do you think so?
It's over there. City will not drop those points.
Do you think so?
Yeah, there, you know, it's the head-to-heads that count. So City have now beaten Chelsea head-to-head. They've stamped their authority there on that game, and they've got 1 past Liverpool. So I really believe they are destined to win this one this year.
Do you really think they're destined to win this one? But Shakes, you know, if you look, the games are still, you know, you lose 3 games. You know, you are history already. 3 games.
But they didn't do that the whole season last season, Passover. They didn't lose 3 games. So they are a very consistent team, and once they catch that form, they don't let it go. And you've got teams like Liverpool who are winning other games also not convincingly. So
okay. I wonder what happened there, Shakes. I wonder what happened there. I hope you hear me. Shakes is saying you've got Liverpool And then, they are not convincing. But I still believe that football is football, and anything can happen. Yes, Man City, I had a favorite, but anything can happen. I've already moved on to the Messi Special. I just want to show you something very, very interesting, because I will continue to just remind you how great this man is. The other thing that I've noticed recently is that, people are saying, people who, especially the players who support Ronaldo, they're either the players who played with him at Real Madrid or former Real Madrid legends, Man United players or former Man United players. But I see more and more Real Madrid players coming out and then voicing out how great Messi is. Irrespective of they were playing with Ronaldo. In this league, I can mention people like Sergio Ramos. He has said he has been knowing all the time. Maybe they didn't want to anger Ronaldo. That is why they could not voice their voice. And then recently, it's Benzema. Benzema came out in defense of Lionel Messi. And I know that Benzema is very close to Cristiano Ronaldo. He has just said recently that people who are criticizing Lionel Messi, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know football. He said Messi is a genius. He said it's not about, he said, okay, he has been in PSG. It's not about the goals, but look the contribution that he makes. Sorry about that. Look at the contribution that he makes in the overall scheme of things. And then even last night, he just came in. Immediately after coming in, on Sunday, he contributed an assist minute after he's been introduced, the goal that has been scored by Verratti. This man is a genius. They say 2011, the best player in the history of football, Lionel Messi. The best goal scorer in the history of football, that's in 2011, Lionel Messi. The best team player in the history of football, that's Lionel Messi in 2015. The most complete player in the history of football, that is 2019. That's Lionel Messi again. Shakes, I see that you got cut, but I see that you are back again. You are back again, Shakes. Okay, I can't hear you, Shakes. All right, while you're still trying to unmute, and then I was just sharing here, Shakes, and saying, yeah, Shakes, you are mute. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yes, Pastor.
So I had already jumped to the Messi Special. My input earlier on was saying, if you look at all the players who support Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, I need to be qualified this because you have two Ronaldos, the Brazilian one and Cristiano Ronaldo. Largely are the players who played with Cristiano Ronaldo at Madrid, in most cases, all right?
Yeah.
Or the Man United, or the former legends of those teams. But in recent years, I see lots and lots of Real Madrid coming out now, voicing their voice to declare how great Messi is. In one of those is Ramos. Ramos said, I've always respected this man. This man has punished us. And then I always wanted to play with him. He's the best. He's the best player in the world. And now, recently, in recent times, I've seen what's his name again? Say it again. Benzema coming out and say, you know what? Remember last week when I was doing the show, I did indicate that, Benzema once said, people are saying if you score goals, you're a good player. Then he said, I score goals myself. It's not about that. He said he's a complete player. Said he doesn't understand why people argue and say Ronaldo is a good player because he's scoring goals. Said, you look at Messi, he does everything. He's a complete player, all right? Now, this week, you are saying those who are criticizing Messi ever since he has joined PSG, they have it wrong. They don't understand football. He said, look what this guy does. He said, you need to look at him as a complete player. He said he does everything in PSG. And then who said Messi has performed bad? Honestly, no one can argue and say Messi has performed bad, you know. And then I normally say, according to Messi's standard, yes, he has performed bad. But according to ordinary standard, he has done well. On Sunday, a minute just coming in, he contributed the goal that was scored by Verratti. That's how great Lionel Messi is. So I was showing that in 2011, he was the best player in the history of football. 2012, the great goal scorer in the history of football. 2015, the best team player in the history of football. In 2018, the most complete player in the history of football. That's Lionel Messi Shakes. I don't know whether you want to say something about this man.
Saubrey enough said, Messi is the greatest. I agree with you. Numbers don't lie. Man of the match rankings there, you see him. I mean, it's ridiculous. A second one will be Eden Hazard, but he's by far with all those men of the match accolades. So yeah, no disagreement there. He is the best for me, and he will always be the best, you know, for me, because he contributes so much in the game, not just goals, the assists, the flair. He does the right thing at the right time, you know. When I watch him play, every time I believe he should give it there, he gives it there immediately, you know, like, so he is my best player of all time.
You know, Shakes, I'm saying, Saturday I was looking, how did they came up with Lewandowski as the winner of FIFA Player of the Year? The FIFA Player of the Year is just a mockery. Mendy won the Champions League, all right? And then, he became the top goal scorer. I mean, he won the Champions League. He won a title, but he was not in the World 15. How did they come up with that? Another thing, why is Peter Musimano not being counted among the coaches? He was not even, you know, among the top 3. And this guy has won the Champions League, 2 Champions League within a period of 6 months. So we need to look at this. For me, it's more biased. Now, when you choose a player, when they say you are the player, all right, the player of the match, in other words, you have beaten all 21 players in the game on that day, all right? Now, Messi win 33 men of the matches in 2021. Lewandowski win 13. How do you differentiate? Because this man has beaten 21 players on that day. That's my argument. And now, numbers don't lie, as we normally say, Shakes. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. And then I wish you good luck going forward. And then I hope the preparation for your tournament are still on. When is the tournament, by the way? Shakes?
It's in April. It's in April.
In April.
March, April.
March, April. In Kwaggafontein, isn't it?
Yes, Pastor.
In Kwaggafontein. All right. So yeah, let the preparation go on, and then closer to the date, let's start talking about the tournament. Let's start doing the build-up. Shakes, thank you very much. If you may bid the viewers farewell.
All right, thanks for having me, Pastor Saubrey, and thank you to the listeners for the viewers for following our show. Keep watching our show and let us know what we need to improve on. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Bye.
Much appreciated. Thank you.